And that's the one that gets me the most. I have friends that I talk to. It's like, oh, it'll never happen. Just look into it. What do you want? What do you want for your kids? What do you want for your grandkids? Like, that's what I want people to truly look into it instead of just keeping their heads. You know what they want? They would rather be comfortable than free. Like, and that's what we have to fight. We have to fight this complacency that people have.
Sheila Gunn-Reid for Rebel News. I'm here at the Alberta Legislature. You can see behind me, and I am here for what I think will be one of the largest nonpartisan political rallies of my lifetime. It was organized by our friends at the Alberta Prosperity Project, and it's an Alberta Independence rally. There are thousands of people here. What a sea of blue. We're going to hear from speakers like the Whistle Stop's Chris Scott, the Alberta Prosperity Project's Dennis Modry, Mitch Sylvester, and of course, lawyer Jeffrey Rath. And I am going to hear from the people who came from all over this province to send a message, not just to Ottawa, but to also the people who work in that building behind me, that they've had enough. They've had enough of strongly worded letters. They've had enough of legal challenges that don't seem to help. They've had enough of our elections being decided for us before we're even done at the ballot box. They've had enough of people talking down about our economy, our resources, and our way of life, and they want to be unshackled from Confederation. I can't wait. Let's go check it out. Why did you guys come today?
We want to be supportive of Alberta independence and be around all the like-minded people we can be.
To support this APP.
There's a host of reasons, probably just as many reasons as the people here, but for me, it's Canada does not have protected human rights. The pandemic proved this to us, and I'm here to stand with fellow Albertans because that's important. Without freedom, without rights, we have nothing.
The Liberal government is out of control. They are literally a communist dictatorship, and they're taking away our rights. And like they said, 43% of our income is taxed. Like, that is wild. I don't know what else to say. We just want to show our solidarity.
You don't want to join the Americans. You just want to do your own thing.
Well, it's not more doing like my own thing, but it's rather like a fresh start where we can make real reforms, not join another like bloated bureaucracy all over again, right? We're trying to get away from overreach, right? Not go under a different, federal government, just Alberta for Alberta and Albertans only. And our politicians only answer to us and no one else.
Oh, we came on down here because we believe in freedom, we believe in independence, and we just want to have more of what's ours, right? Want to leave a future for my children, want them to be prosperous and everything else. We don't want to be enslaved, and we don't want to be told what to do. Working all the time and just, living paycheck to paycheck and barely making ends meet. And then you see the East over there, they're telling us how we have to live and how we have to work and provide, but yet we can't live for ourselves, right? So just be nice just to have our own freedom.
20 reasons. I have 10 children and I have 10 grandkids so far. And it's for their future. Absolutely. I see them shackled by the Ottawa government, and I can't, the 30-40% taxing, the censorship that we've lived through, I just can't take it anymore. So we got to keep, I'm coming to these things. I get emotional talking about it because it's been a tough, I saw you last time, Sheila, here when we were fighting against Jason Kenney's mandates for the lockdowns and the masking and for the love of God, get vaccinated, like that kind of stuff. And I'm just so sick of being suppressed by the government. And I want freedom for my kids and my grandkids. That's the biggest reason.
Pretty obvious. We're at a tipping point in our country. And more importantly, this is the only way we see a future. Like, I got 2 kids here. There's really no other option. I'm not from Alberta. I'm from Ontario, but Alberta's my home. My wife is from Alberta, but it's the only province that seems to be, want actual change. Everyone else is kind of waiting for Alberta to lead, just like was the trucker convoy. And I guess we have to still be the leaders, but this is a lot more pressing than just whatever the feds are doing, this is actually our freedom for what's happening across the world. It's not just Canada or Alberta. So at this point, we're not going to change the feds. We gotta set our own course.
Tell me about your side.
Well, it's how I feel. That the mainstream media are whores. What else can I say? I got Mr. Carney with his elbows up and Mr. Trudeau found in the money.
It is to show that both Alberta and Saskatchewan would be very interested in separation. A lot of people in Saskatchewan also would separate if Alberta did.
Ezra, I hope your eyes are better after getting pepper sprayed over in Ireland, I think it was this week. But he asked a question during the leadership campaign for the United Conservative Party. And Danielle Smith was the one who answered. Carrie, hit the audio.
Economic minority, but they did something different. They had an or else added to the end of it. How far are you willing to go? Are you willing to say, we want these things or else? At what stage would you, for example, invoke the Clarity Act as clarified by the Supreme Court? For example, calling a referendum on the Clarity Act question of secession. Do you have an or else in mind? What is it and what would make you use it? And if not, how are you serious? And I'll start off with Danielle Smith on that one.
The or else is Dennis Modry and the Alberta Prosperity Project. It's true. We proclaimed into law on April the 7th the Citizen Initiative Act, which gives the people the power to collect signatures for a petition campaign to propose an amendment. If it's a simple matter of policy, it's a 10% threshold. If it's a constitutional change, it's a 20% threshold. That would mean 600,000 signatures. And as I understand it, Dr. Modry has 1 million people on his database. So part of when I decided I wanted to run, I knew how important it was to make sure that we addressed the issues of autonomy. And I talked to Dr. Modry as one of my first steps. I said, let's try this together. Let's get as much autonomy as we can. Full well knowing that he's got the power, you've got the power. If we're not successful, and this is why I take your movement very, very seriously and why Justin Trudeau should take it very, very seriously too, because you have the power to be able to be the or else.
To get your Western independence-minded merch, head on over to rebelnewsstore.com. Use coupon code Sheila10 for 10% off. Again, that's rebelnewsstore.com for your independence-minded merchandise and t-shirts. Use coupon code Sheila10 for 10% off. What's the biggest challenge to Alberta's independence right now?
I don't think there is a challenge, to be perfectly awesome. To be perfectly honest, I don't think there is a challenge. We've got this.
What are your problems with Canada?
It's broken, and nobody treats Alberta with any respect. We're just a cash cow.
Our freedom is being taken away from us little bit by little bit and just about every angle. I can't think of one thing that really stands out for me because so many of our freedoms are being encroached upon.
Alberta is not treated equally within Confederation, I believe, that we are treated like a colony of Canada. We deserve much better than that. We are not given the respect that we deserve. Our energy resources have been too strangled. All of Canada needs it, and absolutely Alberta needs it to go forward and for our own prosperity.
For our little children to have a future, and it's not the same Canada I grew up in. And it's very plain to see that in the last, I'd say, 5 years.
We send $70 billion a year to Ottawa in tax revenue, in GST, capital gains tax, carbon tax, industrial carbon tax, all of the taxes that Ottawa levies on us to take our wealth to fund social services in Quebec and the Maritimes.
We're not scared of hard work. That's the thing that really gets me, is when they say, what are we going to do about the pension plan? What are we going to do about the police force? There's all these things we have to worry about. I'm like, have you met an Albertan? We're not scared of hard work. Like, that's paperwork. That's just paperwork stuff.
Exactly. No, that's what I love about Alberta. If someone asks me, what does it mean to be Canadian? I have a heck of a time thinking of it. But Alberta, I love it. I love the the work hard, play hard, help hard, pray hard, like all the things that make us who we are. Like it's
you want
easy.
to know what Alberta is? Just ask somebody from Ontario who you're working with. They say, we love being here. It's totally different. You don't know it until you're here.
Did you realize how poorly we were treated in Confederation when you were in Ontario?
To be honest, no. Like, I guess, like I came out here because where I'm from, the economy was terrible when I came out here in the early 2000s. And everyone was coming out here right from the East Coast to Ontario. Everyone was kind of saying, well, Alberta's got the future. But it was pretty much just see how it goes. But I didn't really look into how unfairly they were actually treated. Then you live here and you realize, man, oh man, it is completely the Laurentian elite that run this place, this country, and they just want Alberta to pay for it.
That we shall serve the Lord our God, and we shall live in the blessings and the goodness of our God. For to you be the kingdom, and to you be the power, and to you alone be the glory, both now and forevermore. And all God's people said, Amen.
Do you have a message for the people who will say, oh, this is just a bunch of fringe, crazy people. It'll never happen?
I guess there's a lot of us. Oh, I don't know how to respond to that. I mean, people are entitled to their own opinion. I think they're the fringe.
Well, I'll be part of the fringe then, but I feel we're not. I think that's just bad headlines. I think there's a lot of people out here that feel the same way. A lot of people all around the country that feel the same way.
I would encourage them to engage in some conversations with people, all these people, any of these people, so that they can educate themselves on why it is we're here today.
It's pretty mainstream, I would say. Yeah.
Premier Jason Kenney dismisses it.
Yeah, well, he's a clown, and I would not have anything, I wouldn't take seriously anything that he says, so that's okay.
Actually, I was glad to see there is all kinds of colors and creeds of people here, lots of young people, a whole wide range of people. It did my heart good to see it, actually. And it's good to see Rebel News out here too. Thank you.
There's people of all sorts of backgrounds out here. You know, I'm Aboriginal, I'm Treaty 8, I'm Christian, Jesus first, and we're all for love and family. So.
And I think it's important to come to these things just to show the numbers that there are people out there that want change, and it's not fringe. There's enough of us, and so we're just showing our support for Alberta, and we want a future for our children, so we're coming here for that.
Look around you. Look at all these flags. Look at your neighbors. Look at the resolve in everyone's face. We all understand the gravity of the moment that's before us, the seriousness of the path ahead.
Talk to your neighbors, I guess. That's all I can say. Yeah, the turnout is crazy today. Yeah, I was told it was, all Russian bots and bots from the US, but we're here, we're real. And yeah, I would say just try to bridge the gap with them. People aren't as radical as you think they are often. Yeah, you just have more things in common than not, right? Even if you don't, just don't go at each other's throat. So, yeah.
How many people are here today? For every one person who showed up, that's probably 3 or 4 that didn't come today, right? This is just a little spot. This is just one little bit of people.
What would I say to somebody who questions this, calls us fringe? We love you. And bye-bye.
The strong and free, like the logo of this great province that we're in. Like the message is, I want people to look into these things, not to just do a knee-jerk reaction and just say, oh, it'll never happen. That's the one that gets me the most. I have friends that I talk to. It's like, oh, it'll never happen. Just look into it. What do you want? What do you want for your kids? What do you want for your grandkids? Like, that's what I want people to truly look into it instead of just keeping their heads. You know what they want? They would rather be comfortable than free. Like, and that's what we have to fight. We have to fight this complacency that people have. And I want them to look into it. I want them to, that's my message. It's just just look into this more instead of just writing it off like you said, like fringe and so on. It's not fringe. Obviously, there's thousands of people here, and I hope for thousands more.
We are at an inflection point, ladies and gentlemen, a time in history where we have a choice. And that choice is, do we continue to be subservient to Ottawa and the enslavement by our federal government, or do we chart a new path forward to freedom and prosperity through independence?
Well, the rally is just wrapping up behind me. We heard some fiery speeches from Alberta Prosperity Project speakers, and of course, trucker lawyer, viewer fan favorite, Keith Wilson. Now, the Alberta Prosperity Project has announced that they will be doing more independence rallies and that people can stay tuned to Alberta Prosperity Project socials for more. Regular Albertans, just a slice of everyday Alberta life. Those are the kind of people here, and you can call them names. You can call them every darn name in the book, but they are not intimidated. They are not crazy. They're not radical. And you underestimate them at your peril. For Rebel News here at the Alberta Legislature, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid. You know, I didn't see any mainstream media journalists here. I mean, there could have been some here. There were 5,000 people here. I couldn't be everywhere. But I think it was important that Rebel News was here, talking directly to the people instead of talking about them. If you like our reports from on the ground and want to support our work on the ground, please go to rebelfieldreports.com.